If you're searching for a comforting, satisfying dish that brings together earthy flavors, creamy textures, and wholesome ingredients, look no further than a mouth-watering mushroom and spinach lasagna. This vegetarian twist on a classic Italian favorite is sure to become a staple in your kitchen, whether you're preparing a cozy family dinner or hosting friends for a special occasion. Let's embark on a culinary journey together as we explore every step, tip, and secret to crafting a lasagna you'll absolutely love. First, let's talk about what makes this lasagna truly special: the harmonious blend of mushrooms and spinach. Mushrooms bring depth, umami, and a meaty texture that satisfies even the most devoted carnivores. Spinach adds freshness, vibrant color, and a boost of nutrients. Combined, they create a filling that's both hearty and light, making each bite an invitation to savor. Begin by selecting your mushrooms. While classic white button mushrooms are an option, consider mixing in cremini, portobello, or even shiitake for enhanced flavor complexity. Clean the mushrooms gently with a damp cloth, avoiding soaking them in water as they tend to absorb moisture easily. Slice them evenly, aiming for a medium thickness so they retain texture during cooking. Next, the spinach. Fresh baby spinach is ideal. Its tender leaves wilt beautifully and integrate seamlessly into the filling. If using mature spinach, simply remove any tough stems and chop the leaves coarsely. Frozen spinach works in a pinch. Just thaw completely and squeeze out excess water to prevent a watery lasagna. Now, onto the base for our creamy white sauce. Traditionally, lasagna is layered with a bechamel or ricotta mixture. For this recipe, we'll create a luscious bechamel sauce made with butter, flour, milk, and a hint of nutmeg. This sauce blankets the vegetables, ensuring every layer is moist and rich without overwhelming the delicate flavors. To start, heat a generous pat of butter in a large skillet over medium heat. Once melted, add the sliced mushrooms and a pinch of salt. The salt helps draw out moisture, allowing the mushrooms to brown more easily. Sauté until the mushrooms release their juices and become golden brown, stirring occasionally for even cooking. This process can take about 8 to 10 minutes, depending on the variety and thickness of your mushrooms. Once the mushrooms have caramelized, add minced garlic and cook for another minute, just until fragrant. Then, gradually add the spinach, a handful at a time. Stir gently as the leaves wilt, repeating until all the spinach is incorporated. Season with freshly ground black pepper, a touch more salt, and, if you like, a sprinkle of crushed red pepper flakes for gentle heat. Remove the pan from heat and set aside while you prepare the sauce. To make the bechamel, melt butter in a saucepan over medium heat. Add an equal amount of all-purpose flour, whisking constantly to form a smooth paste. This is your roux. Let it cook for a couple of minutes, just until it's pale and smells slightly nutty. Slowly pour in warm milk, whisking continuously to prevent lumps. As the mixture heats, it will thicken into a silky sauce. Season with salt, white pepper, and a pinch of ground nutmeg for that classic, comforting aroma. Once the sauce is thick enough to coat the back of a spoon, remove it from the heat. For extra richness, you can stir in a handful of grated Parmesan cheese, which melts effortlessly and infuses the sauce with a subtle savory note. With your filling and sauce ready, it's time to assemble the lasagna. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and prepare your baking dish by lightly greasing the bottom and sides. Start with a thin layer of bechamel sauce on the bottom of the dish. This prevents the noodles from sticking and keeps the bottom layer moist. Lay down your first layer of lasagna noodles. No-boil noodles are a convenient option, but traditional noodles, cooked just shy of al dente, work beautifully as well. Spread a portion of the mushroom and spinach mixture evenly over the noodles, followed by a generous drizzle of bechamel. Sprinkle with a mix of shredded mozzarella and grated Parmesan for melt and flavor. Repeat these layers: noodles, vegetables, sauce, cheese, until you reach the top of the dish, finishing with a final layer of noodles and a blanket of sauce and cheese. If you want to add extra decadence, dollop spoonfuls of ricotta cheese between the layers, or mix some into the bechamel for a silkier texture. Fresh basil or parsley, finely chopped and sprinkled between the layers, adds a burst of herbal freshness. Cover the lasagna with foil and bake for about 30 minutes. This allows the flavors to meld and the noodles to finish cooking. Then, remove the foil and bake for an additional 15 minutes or until the top is bubbly and golden brown. For an irresistible crust, switch your oven to broil for the final few minutes, watching closely so the cheese doesn't burn. Once baked, let the lasagna rest for at least 10 to 15 minutes before cutting. This allows the layers to set, making for cleaner slices and a more enjoyable eating experience. As you cut into the lasagna, you'll notice the creamy sauce mingling with the earthy mushrooms and vibrant spinach, all held together by perfectly cooked noodles and gooey golden cheese. Serve each slice with a scatter of fresh herbs, a grind of black pepper, and perhaps a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil for added flavor. Pair this lasagna with a simple green salad dressed in lemon vinaigrette and a slice of crusty bread to complete the meal. What makes this lasagna truly stand out is its versatility. You can customize it to suit your tastes or dietary needs. For a vegan version, substitute the dairy with plant-based milk, vegan butter, and cheese alternatives. For a heartier dish, add roasted butternut squash, thinly sliced zucchini, or sun-dried tomatoes to the filling. To boost the protein content, stir in cooked lentils or white beans. When preparing this lasagna in advance, simply assemble the layers, cover tightly, and refrigerate for up to 24 hours before baking. You can also freeze the unbaked lasagna for up to 2 months. Just thaw overnight in the refrigerator before baking as usual. This makes it an ideal make-ahead meal for busy weeknights or special gatherings. Leftovers, if you have any, are just as delicious the next day. The flavors deepen as they meld, and the lasagna reheats beautifully in the oven or microwave. Pack a slice for lunch or enjoy it as a midnight snack. The choice is yours. Beyond its delicious taste, this mushroom and spinach lasagna offers a host of health benefits. Mushrooms are rich in B vitamins, selenium, and antioxidants, supporting immune health and energy metabolism. Spinach is a powerhouse of vitamins A, C, and K, as well as iron and fiber. Together, they create a meal that's as nourishing as it is comforting. Cooking is an act of love, and few dishes embody that sentiment better than homemade lasagna. As you layer each ingredient, you're not just building a meal, you're crafting a memory, creating something to be shared and savored. The aroma that fills your kitchen, the anticipation as it bakes, and the joy of the first bite all add up to an experience you'll want to recreate again and again. So gather your ingredients, roll up your sleeves, and let the magic begin. Whether you're cooking for family, friends, or simply for yourself, this mushroom and spinach lasagna is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Its creamy layers, savory filling, and melty cheese make it a dish you'll come back to time and time again. And as you sit down to enjoy your creation, remember that the beauty of lasagna lies in its simplicity and adaptability. Each layer, each bite, is a celebration of fresh ingredients, thoughtful preparation, and the timeless joy of sharing good food. So here's to delicious moments, happy memories, and the irresistible allure of a homemade mushroom and spinach lasagna. Enjoy every savory, satisfying bite.